What's going on, guys? We got some fork seals to do for a 2017 ZX10R. I already got started on this one, but I'm going to make a breakdown step by step on what you need to do the job and the steps to do it. So obviously you need your forks. You're going to need a 45 millimeter wrench, a 17 millimeter wrench, a couple of small flatheads, a socket or something to press these seals in, at least one of them anyways, the actual seal, not the dust seal. A little hammer to give the socket a tap. You got this Race Tech suspension spring presser, which will go in the vise, and you'll see how that works here in a minute. You're gonna need your oil, something to measure the oil with, and then this guy right here just to, actually goes right there on top of that. So let's get started. Okay, so first step, get your fork in the vise. You want to protect the fork. I got a little rubber sheet, just wrap it around there. You don't need to put any more pressure on this fork than you need to. So go ahead and tighten it down, don't go crazy. And then you're going to take your 45 and you're going to try to loosen this. If it spins, go ahead, give it a little more. It's always better to have to tighten it a little bit more than over tighten it, and you could damage these. They're very easy to damage, they're just made of aluminum. So once you get that cracked loose and it's free, you'll know it's free, you'll be able to just push on it, it pops right up. This is what we're going to be getting after to get it off. Before we put that tool in the vise and then put the fork in the tool and compress it and loosen the nut that's on there, we're going to get all the fluid out. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm just going to take this out, drain it, put that tool in the vise, I'm going to put this in, and that's the next step. Alright, so once you drain everything out of here into your pan, put your tool on, you hook this up to the tool. There's a little hole in the bottom of this fork. There's a little pin in the bottom, you line that up, and then in this tube right here, there's holes on each side, and you have this screw, you just tighten that in. Once you got it in position, just until this touches right there. You lift this up, you got a nut under there. Your 17, get on the nut, break that loose. Once that's broken loose, you can just lower that nut down, and then this will just spin right off the top. Hold that right there. Set that to the side. Now we're gonna unspring this, put it on the table, and we're gonna pull out the internals. It's gonna be really easy. This aluminum tube right here in the middle slides right out. This whole outer piece slides right out. And then once you get that out, we'll be removing both the seals, and then it's just reverse the whole process and fill it full of fluid, tighten the cap back up. These aren't really hard to do at all, honestly. There's other ones that are more difficult, but stay tuned. Next step. All right, so we unsprung it, brought it over to the table. That comes right out. There's those holes I was talking about on either side. Set that off to the side. Nice and easy. Comes right off. Got a little fluid in there. And then both your seals, this is the dust seal. You want to inspect this shaft here, clean it off. Any dirt or anything like that. You don't want your new seal to have anything in between it and the thing it's sealing on. So once you take care of that, sit it off to the side. You do the same thing with this tube, clean it up. If you want, you can clean it with brake cleaner and all that, but if they're not super dirty, it doesn't really need it. Next we're going to do a little flathead. You want a real small thin one. And all you're gonna do is place it right in here in this crack and just kind of do like that. You don't want to try to get too much at once. Just kind of go around it slowly. Don't want to do too hard, try to mess the fork up or anything like that. And you don't want to get it cocked sideways in there, because then it kind of doesn't want to come out. That thing just pops out. This seal, you can't mess it up. It only goes in one way, so it's not that important. But this seal right here, the one we're about to pull out next, it can go in either way, but it only works one way. They're kind of like a reed, the way that these fins are in here that it seals. They have to be a certain angle, or else you're gonna put this thing all together and it's just gonna leak like crazy. So make sure when you take it out, look at it, see the way it is, have your other seal, place it, and make sure you put it back in correctly. After that, there's just a little clip in here, real simple to take out. Boom, just like that. Now this one is a little bit trickier to get out of there. It's in there pretty good, and it's pretty deep in there, and you don't want to damage the inside of this fork trying to get it out. The last one I did, all I did was I took a bigger flathead, and you're kind of just, you can see down inside there, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a copper and another washer. You want to get right in between that, and then you're just gonna apply some pressure, and you're just gonna slowly go around. You don't want to do too much at once, just like the other one, and just slowly keep applying pressure all the way around. Nothing crazy. It'll just slowly start to come out of there. But what you don't want to do is try to get one side out at a time. You want to just slowly get the whole thing out. See it starting to come? It's in there good too, so it takes a little doing. You don't want to push it in too far to where you're prying on the internal of the fork. You just kind of want to go in just enough. There it goes. Pops right out. Now, just in case, this is the best way to do it is take this thing exactly how it came out and set it straight down like that. So you know if you were to grab this to put it back in, that's how it goes in. And then what you do is grab your other seal, put it down exactly how this one looks, and then what we'll do next is you're just gonna take your new seal and put a little oil on it, lube it up, clean this out real good, and you're just gonna place this on top of here and just kind of slowly tap it down all the way around. Get it all the way down until you can see this groove is revealed, so that your clip goes back in. Once your clip goes in, your other dust seal goes on. It's pretty much downhill from there. Alright, so we got the seal in. All I did was put the seal in. I took actually the old seal, I placed it on top and helped just force my hand to get it started. Once I got it started, I took this socket right here, like I said, placed it. It fits. You want to get something that's almost the exact same size as the seal itself, so you don't damage the seal. I put that little rubber mat that I had wrapped around here to protect it from the vise on the ground, and I just, just tap it real easy. You'll feel it going down. You'll feel it stop. Give it a couple more taps just to make sure it's all the way down. You'll see this little groove inside here is revealed. The clip, super easy to install. You'll hear it snap in just like that. And then this one, super easy. Just place it on top and literally just push it down with your hands. And come over here. I oiled these seals up, by the way. You want to give them a little oil. Be real easy when you're going on with that first. You don't want to damage it. And then right here is where it gets just a little tricky. Just kind of give it a little wobble with your hands. You'll feel the seal engage. Slide it all the way down. No problems. Feels good. Then take this guy. Goes white part down. If the hole is facing up, slide it down. There it goes. All right. Now we're ready to go back over to the vise, to our tool, compress it, lock that nut back down, and then They get 11.5 or 11.7 ounces. Fill this up to 11.7 ounces. Fill it up, close it, lock the nut, give it a few compressions, make sure it's working fine, make sure nothing's leaking. That's this one right here has already got the finished product. Good to go, but I'll show you just so you can see how easy it is. All right. Nice and tight. This back set to loosen, and then you want to guide this in. Keep it down like that. This to the side. Wrap this back up. Open up our vise a little bit. This head doesn't have to be super tight. All right, now got correct amount in here. We measured it out. Lift this up and then just slowly pour our fluid in. Gotta do it slow, because if you go fast, you're gonna end up spilling it, and then you're not gonna know if you have the right amount in there. Steady as she goes. Take your time to just let that stuff work its way down into the fork. Give it a couple of these, let it get in there. Then spin the fork. Eventually, at some point, it's going to stop turning. That's when we're going to get this guy out. All right, we'll give this a little extra. That's it. Once I put these back in the bike, I will go ahead and just, because the clamps will hold it a lot tighter, I'll give these just another little tighten down. You can look up the torque spec if you want. But that's pretty much it. This stuff's not really that hard to do. If you don't know how to do it, it seems like a lot, but if you have the right tools and a little bit of knowledge, you can do it yourself. If you have any questions, just hit me up in the messages. Please hit the subscribe button to help me out. I'm hoping one day I don't have to work for somebody. I can just do this. That'd be nice. Y'all take it easy. God bless.